News every 15 minutes, weather every 10, and sports twice an hour.
Newstalk, KGVO, AM 1290 and 101.5 FM.
You're listening to Montana Morning with Peter Christian.
Payback for Jordan Johnson. Good morning, everyone. It's Montana Morning. It is Wednesday, February 17th, 2016. Right now we have a cloudy sky, some fog in the area, 34 degrees in Missoula right now. And our newscast this morning is sponsored by Dig It Excavating, where they bring 30 years of excavation excellence to every job. Call 214-4292. This morning's top story, Montana, the state of Montana, will pay a former University of Montana quarterback $245,000 to settle claims that a rape investigation against him was mishandled. District Judge Deanne Cooney approved the settlement between Jordan Johnson, the state, the university, and the Montana University system yesterday. Johnson was accused of raping a female acquaintance in 2012. A jury acquitted him in 2013. Johnson's attorney, David Paoli, says university officials predetermined Johnson's guilt and then ran a biased investigation against him. The settlement lists 11 claims, including violations of due process and his civil rights, along with sexual discrimination, negligence, and destroying evidence. Johnson said in a statement provided by Paoli that the university's misconduct made him and his family suffer unnecessarily. An attorney representing the state did not immediately return an after-hours call for comment. 37-year-old Rose DeRoche was charged with felony assault with a weapon and placed in the Missoula County Jail yesterday. At DeRoche's appearance in Justice Court, Deputy Missoula County Attorney Celine Kepke asked Judge Orzak for high bail.
The defendant stabbed the victim in the back 9 times and twice in the head with a 5-inch bladed kitchen knife. We don't currently have her criminal history, Your Honor, but based on the offense and her actions, she's a very serious threat to the safety of the community.
Kepke also pointed out that alcohol played a part in the incident.
Should she be released for any reason, it appears that all parties were highly intoxicated at the time, and we would ask that she be put on alcohol monitoring.
Judge Karen Orzak set bail at $100,000 and remanded DeRoche back to the jail until her next court appearance. A young woman is in police custody after a reported armed robbery attempt last Friday. Police Public Information Officer Travis Welsh has more.
At about 11:25 a.m., an officer responded to the 1100 block of West Broadway for a report of what was described as an attempted robbery with a knife. We met with an elderly male complainant who informed the officer that a woman had approached him, threatened him with a knife, and demanded his wallet.
Court documents say the suspect held a knife up to the victim's face. The robbery attempt ended quickly when the victim decided simply not to surrender his wallet.
Apparently the man stated that he started to back away from the woman, and she suddenly turned and walked away without harming him or getting his property. There was a direction of travel given, and along with a description of the female, and officers located her a short time later.
Police picked up 26-year-old Cassandra Mock not long after the attempted robbery was reported. She was being held in the county jail at $50,000 bond. She was to make a court appearance yesterday, but because she was unstable and insulting to Judge Karen Orzak, she was held in contempt, and she'll be appearing again in court today. Officials at Great Falls College Montana State University have announced plans to cut 10 academic programs and 8 full-time staff positions. The Great Falls Tribune reports the programs that will be phased out over the next several years include graphic design, medical billing, and business administration in entrepreneurship and management. Dean and CEO Susan Wolf said the programs were identified based on several factors, including low student demand and completion rates. The cuts are part of the college's plan to focus on increasing enrollment in its core programs and the number of students who graduate. Wolf says the college is also looking to develop new programs to meet the area's workforce needs. The changes will allow the college to reallocate $400,000 to other programs such as welding and nursing. State wildlife officials say testing has confirmed 2 walleye caught in Swan Lake last fall were illegally transplanted and not spawned there. Fish, Wildlife, and Parks biologists say microchemistry analysis of the inner ear bones of fish indicate they were introduced to the lake sometime last year. A fish's inner ear bone incorporates the chemical makeup of the water as it grows. Biologists are analyzing fish from other areas to determine the origin of the transplanted walleyes. After a trap was found by some children on Missoula's north side and reported on in yesterday's Missoulian newspaper, Montana Fish, Wildlife, and Parks sent an investigative team out to look it over. According to Public Information Officer Vivica Krauser, the trap's placement breaks a city ordinance.
Fish, Wildlife, and Parks did talk to the person who reported finding the trap, and then also went out to the land this morning, and was a parcel of private property within city limits. Within the city of Missoula, there is an ordinance that prevents setting a foothold trap, such as the one that was found.
Krauser said the trap was small and would have a tough time injuring any people or pets.
The trap was one that probably would be used most likely for a gopher. So it's pretty small and really not something that would pose danger to a person. Might hurt a little bit to have a hand caught in there, but you could easily remove it and wouldn't cause damage. And the same thing for a dog.
Krauser said it was difficult to tell, A, how old the trap was, and B, who the trap's owner might be. The trap was given over to Missoula law enforcement officials for more information. Ravalli County Commissioners will soon be meeting to discuss and possibly approve of a letter to be sent to Ann Richard. She's the Assistant Secretary of the Bureau of Population, Refugees, and Migration. According to County Commission Chairman Ray Hawk, the letter is in direct response to a Missoula County letter sent to Richard at the beginning of February, asking to resettle 100 refugees per year in Missoula County.
The commissioners wrote that letter protesting, or telling them that we weren't interested in any refugees. We did want to protest the placement of refugees in Missoula County because they would drift into Ravalli County. We're not interested in having them here. So that's the gist of it.
Hawk said the letter from Ravalli County was written by County Commissioners Greg Chilcott and Jeff Burrows.
They wrote the letter in protest because there's no vetting process. We didn't do this because we're trying to discriminate against Muslims. We did it because we didn't feel that there was a proper vetting process. The director of the FBI and the DHS have both stated on public record that no vetting process. So
the full Ravalli County letter can be read on our website at newstalkkgvo.com. Finally, officials say the release of about 1,500 gallons of crude oil into a creek bed and through a culvert east of Gillette, Wyoming, was caused by a corroded old pipe. The Gillette News Record reports the leak on Sunday affected about a quarter mile of the Timber Creek bed. Fire Marshal Eric Acton said fire crews were working Monday to keep the oil from spreading. The cost of the extent of the damage and the cost related to the leak have not yet been released. Our News Talk time now is 6:12.
News Talk, KGVO.
Missoula's official weather station.
Low clouds and patchy fog this morning will give way to mostly cloudy skies today. High temperatures will top out around the 50-degree mark. Areas of rain this evening with lows in the upper 30s. I'm meteorologist Brooke Foster for Missoula's KECI 13.